What's going on, everybody? It's me, Awesome Gaming here, back with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be playing Squad Busters, and I'm going to be showing you 29 tips on how to become better at Squad Busters and just general knowledge that you need in order to progress further into the game. So we're going to get right into a game, and I'm going to show you some of the strategies that I have. Now my squad, I only have 3 supers right now. Now a lot of my other guys are really close, but this is going to be helpful for those of you that don't have supers yet. But are looking to get supers, your first supers, and wanting to progress. Alright, so we're in our game. A good thing to start off, especially if you don't have Goblin to start off with, is to get the chicken. The chicken will allow you to boost really fast. This is what I like to do. Get your first enemies. If you can, go for the crate before you go for enemies. It'll more than likely drop more gold, and you can quickly get to your second character. Another good strategy, always go for a character that you already have so that you're not making the next chest cost more money. Now another good strategy is bombs will destroy any vegetation, so trees and the carrots. Always make sure you're spending the gold. If you have gold, spend it. If you get ready to fight people, don't forget, I messed this up when I was first playing the game, but when you attack, you can use your boot, which will allow you to attack faster and get the upper hand on your opponent. So I hold this down, I attack a lot faster. I'm getting my first fusion of the game. He does not have any fusion, so I'm going after him. He has a hog rider though, so he's going to be a little bit faster and he's going to be able to get away. That's unfortunate, but the good thing about this game is you can play passive or you can play aggressive. However, playing aggressive doesn't always give you the upper hand unless it's towards the end game and you're in third place. You have a little bit to lose, but you're able to get more if you attack the people in the end, since more people in the end will have gems. Now I chose Nita here because she has her super ability, which makes an enraged. So I just got that guy. That was good. Nita has an enraged bear, which is very helpful, especially, but it's only after you take out an opponent. Now Dynamite in this situation is only going to be good towards the end of the game when a lot of people have multiple characters. He's going to do area damage. Popping an ability will usually scare off an opponent, so if you have an ability and you go into a fight, use it either when the best time is in the fight, or use it to scare off an opponent if you don't actually want to fight them. Don't forget, you don't have to use your boots all the time. I have a bad habit of just spamming the run button when I don't need to. Alright, so we just finished the round in third place. Remember, you just need top 5 to get your top 5 streak. Super big common chest, that's pretty good. We might get a super here. I think that's a super. I think we're getting Super Shelly. Awesome. So Shelly is about to be evolved into super. Her new ability is going to be shoots a second barrel with her normal attack. That is really good. So try and get as many supers as you can. Now another thing to note, guys, is one of the most important things that you can buy is in the shop over here, the chest tickets. The chest tickets are going to be the main thing that you want to buy, and then sometimes you can buy your streak if your streak gets too low, and those are going to be the only real things that you're going to want to spend your gold on, because as you see, I'm running really low. I only have about 20,000 gold left. At one point I had 90,000, so your gold goes by really fast, especially if you lose too many in a row and are trying to save your streak. So what I like to do, a good tip, is if you're out of chest keys, don't buy chest keys. Instead, play 3 games or 5 games to try and get your streak back. And then once you have your streak, then buy the chest tickets. That'll maximize the amount of loot that you can get from your chests. Okay, so this first round, I'm going with Greg. Generally, it's a good idea to get a farming unit first so that you can get some easy gold. And because of the game mode that it is, where we start off with a fusion, the next characters that you're going to want to get are going to be either the Goblin for more extra gold. This will allow you to get chests faster. Or if you have a Mavis, get a Greg. Or if you have a Greg, get a Mavis. This is just additional gold that you can get. Now do be careful of enemies coming after you. When people see that you have farming units, you're going to be targeted more than likely. Use your movement to your advantage and try and get away whenever you're able to. Especially early game fights are not as important, but if you do happen to have to get into a fight, make sure that as you're running you stop and collect the chests, unless they're like that close behind you that you're not able to, because this can scare off enemy players if they see that you're improving your squad while they're trying to chase you. This can also give you the upper hand, and you can turn around and fight them depending on if you get a fusion, specifically a Colt fusion or a Nita fusion, really any attacking fusion. Now, in that spot that I was just in, I didn't have it didn't give me the option for a character that I needed. So I could have used my reroll tokens. Especially if you're a free-to-play player, you don't necessarily want to use your reroll tokens all the time. But if you have chest tickets and you have a big streak going, don't be afraid to use the reroll tokens. You get them for free out of different packages from the progression system. Now, if you're playing with a teammate like I am, sometimes it's good to team up, not necessarily attack each other and not necessarily help each other, but not going for each other and focusing on opponents. So if you have a friend that also has the game, it's a good idea to play with them if they're available. This will give both of you an upper hand against everyone else, and if you're in a bit of a pickle, you can have your teammate or your friend come and try and help you and try and divert the attention of an enemy player. And just a reminder, for the teaming up aspect when you're partying with your friend, it doesn't nullify any progression. You get all the rewards that you would in a normal match without any friends. But do be careful, because you can lose each other's streak if you bust the other person. So since we're on the end and we're in first place, I'm going to be attacking this guy. He's a lot lower than what I'm at, and we got the bust on him, and we're in first place with 241 gems. So that was a really good round. We played that really well. So first place is going to give us 5, and a top 5 streak is going to give us a bonus of 2. If you can get that top 5 streak to 10 games in a row, you'll get an extra one, so a third. Characters in home base, if they sparkle like you saw that the bee was doing, you can click it and it'll give you 5 gold. 5 gold's not very good, but that's something that can happen. When you guys do eventually get to level 59 right before Beach World, sometimes, and depending on the situation, it might be good to not upgrade any characters to their super form and not collect any achievements, because this can push you to the next world, Beach World, which then gives you 3 new characters, Heavy, Penny, and Tank, and having more characters gives you less likely of a chance to get the characters that you already have. So if you want to max those characters out, it could be a good idea to stay in Royal World for the time being. But if you just want to get to Beach World and progress, then you can do that. If you don't have any money or gold for the chest tickets, then you can play normal games without the chest tickets and try and progress in the gem pass. In the gem pass specifically, if you're close to gold or if you're close to an epic chest, which could give you a progression level and could then give you either, say, 3 chest tickets or more gold, then sometimes it's good to play without a key, especially if you don't have the money for it. Another thing is that the weekly quests are very good to grind towards, especially if you don't have any chest tickets. Some of them, most of them, all of them give you some gold for the reward, and then the end of day quest can give you either gold or a chest of varying rarity. So we're going to go into one more game in case there's something that I find that could be helpful. So the keys, epic and fusion, these can be helpful if you're in a pickle. They can get you out of it, especially if you're free to play. You only have a limited number of them, so don't go around just using them like every single match. Only use them if you need them. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, we're going to play with our Super Shelly for the first time. So with a Super Shelly, each shot is going to do 200 if I'm not mistaken. And don't be afraid to use your movement to mitigate enemy bots or enemy players' attacks. Being able to move around so that you don't get shot or so you don't get attacked from a certain enemy can be very helpful, especially in the late game. Another thing, I'm going to try and be able to do it this round, but if an enemy has a if an enemy has a fusion in their squad, it can sometimes be helpful to focus on the non-fusions. And you can do that by repositioning yourself so that your squad auto-locks on the non-fusioned characters. Sometimes it's hard to pull this off, but when it does, it's always better to focus on those small ones before you focus on the fusion. When an enemy player sees that their smaller guys are being destroyed instead of their fusions, sometimes it's scary because it gives the impression that you have less characters, even if in reality a fusion is going to be better than just a normal. So there I focused on the smaller guy, and my Shelly is doing some absolute work. Oh my, wait, Shelly's overpowered. Oh, whoa, this guy's getting cooked. Shelly's crazy, what? Alright, so that was a really easy bust on that guy. So this guy has a Mega. We do not want to mess with a Mega. If an enemy has a Mega, they're definitely going to win. This is really bad. So we are going to try and run. But he also has a Hog Rider, so that's nice. So there I distracted him with an enemy. If you can run past an enemy, sometimes it'll allow you to get them to focus on that enemy instead of you. It looks like he's still chasing us. He did just run out of his boost, so that's good. We're in 5th place, so if you're in 5th place, either target an opponent that you can get some gems from, or focus on killing the AI that are around the map. Though once it gets close to this, like what we are, we're going to want to get a little bit of fighting in just in case we can't. Now if we can kill this kaiju in the amount of time that it takes, that's going to put us a guaranteed 5th place. So not the most in terms of chest, but our main focus is just getting top 5. It does look like top 5 was guaranteed, so that's good if you can eliminate 5 people. Another thing to keep an eye on is in the top left. Normally when you're in the game, you can see how many people are left. So if you're in top 5, just play it safe and don't worry about fighting anybody, especially if you're trying to get that top 5 streak. If specifically you don't have any chest keys and you're just trying to get that top 5. Now the gem pass can be really good, so focusing gems is a good idea sometimes, depending on the game mode, more so than others. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below if I should do more Squad Busters gameplay. See you in the next video. Bye.